what are some of the values that you hold as an autistic person?
I just considering our difference, like I really try to make sure that I promote neurodiversity in the sense that even stuff that I don't do, we're all individuals. And I may meet a client that does something that, I've never seen or that's different from me, but I try to take it into consideration as to why they're doing it, as the function of the behavior, and try to apply it in a way that doesn't change who they are or try to get them to mask or compromise what they need. But if it's something that is harmful to them, find a replacement for it, but still serves that function and not I really try to stay away from, I do stay away from trying to encourage anybody to mask in any way.
Yeah.
And just disseminate information to employers, parents on our differences and what is beneficial to us. Because like Stimming may be beneficial to us and people don't view it like that. They just view it as odd. So you have to really think about what's beneficial to us, putting us, who we are as individuals first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as you mentioned, masking can be really harmful. Could you share with the listeners who might not be familiar what some of these consequences are?
You begin to lose who you are. Like in my 20s when I started, my teenage years, I started hanging around neurotypicals a lot. So I probably was doing it I know I was doing it without realizing it. And I realized nobody really knew me. So did I really have friends? Because I was holding back a lot of things that I did or who I really was. So you get depressed because you feel alone, because you feel like nobody really knows who I am because I can't be who I am. And I'm holding that back from everybody. And so suppressing all of that is just, you get a lot of emotional turmoil. And like for me, stimming is also a happy thing. So when I stim, it's because I'm just really excited. So at moments where I need to release that, if I'm holding it back, that's just not healthy. It's like holding back happiness. And that's essentially what masking is, holding back who you are. And you just start to question, do I know who I am? Does anybody know who I am? Do I have real relationships? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It leads to what's called autistic burnout, right?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes just maneuvering as a young adult, it happens frequently when you're working. Because everybody to a degree, even neurotypical people have to mask in employment situations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being able to talk to your employer about your accommodations and recognize when you're even doing it and you don't realize it. Sometimes it's hard to recognize when you're doing it because you're so conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to really develop that awareness of what you need and learn how to advocate for yourself. You know that you have to say, look, this is different about me. When you go to an employer, I may need to take a break, the lighting, because sometimes you don't want to say anything. Like I've been in office situations where the lighting is crazy and I just try to take it, not realizing that I'm just going to pop, if I don't. But if it was just a conversation where I say like the lighting is really harsh, all they do is change out the bulbs. I had my last office, they put Christmas lights in it. That was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just about, like you said, having that conversation and making people aware of what you need. And most of the time, I mean, I'd be surprised if anyone actually said no.
Right. Well, you in America, you can't. Once you disclose and you make them aware that you need accommodations, they don't have to specifically give you what you ask for, but they have to negotiate and work with you until you guys come up with a mutual agreement as to what will be okay. But they have to accommodate you.
Yeah.
Even in the interview, from the interview process and on, if you are upfront, and that's what I always try to make sure I tell the adults that I work with, be upfront. I disclose as soon as I'm interviewing. Now, if you're not comfortable, you don't have to disclose your specific diagnosis, but you can simply tell them that you need accommodations because you have, different needs, and they have to still respect that. You don't have to specifically tell them your diagnosis under the law either.
Okay. That's good to know. Yeah. You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.